Listen, if I scream representative into the phone one more time and that robot tells me I understand your frustration, somebody's going to end up on a government watch list. And why? Why do they always act like you are the problem? You finally get a human after 17 menu options, 45 minutes of hold music, and about 3 emotional breakdowns. And this man named Steve, who is very clearly sitting in another hemisphere, says, "Ma'am, have you tried restarting the app?" "Yes, Steve. I restarted the app. I restarted the phone. I restarted my will to live." All right, let's get comfortable then, because we're about to talk about all the stuff that you're afraid to say out loud for whatever reason. I've been a daughter, a mother, a grandmother, a wife, even a professional eye roller, and occasionally, probably the reason somebody might have needed some therapy. I've survived heartbreak, chaos, raising kids, getting older, losing people I loved, many people, and modern technology that still asks me for passwords I don't remember. I'm never going to remember them. One minute life is loud and messy and overwhelming, and the next thing you know, you're staring at old photographs, wondering where the years went. We're looking in a mirror, wondering who that old woman is. But around here, we tell the truth about life. The funny parts, the painful parts, and the questions maybe you've been too embarrassed to ask somewhere else. Because somewhere along the way, you started wondering if something was wrong with you. Oh, honey, you spend 10 minutes with me and you're going to realize just how normal you really are. Now, let's get into this mess. Hey there, mama bears and professional eye rollers. I would like to personally speak to the demon straight from hell that invented automated phone systems. Because if I hear, "Please listen carefully as our menu options have changed," one more damn time, I'm going to end up on a government watch list. No doubt about it. First of all, why are the menu options always changing? Who's over there at the corporate office waking up every morning like, "You know what would really improve customer satisfaction? Confusing the hell out of everybody." Now, back in the old days, you called a business, a person answered the phone, and within 3 minutes, your problem was either solved or, at a minimum, somebody cared enough to lie convincingly about it. Now, calling customer service feels like trying to escape a psychological experiment. No lie. You call because you had just one simple problem. One. Just one. You don't need therapy. You don't need spiritual guidance. You don't need a blood sacrifice under a full moon. You just need somebody to reset your damn internet password. And suddenly, you're trapped in a 45-minute relationship with a robot named Ashley. "Hi, I'm Ashley. Tell me briefly why you're calling today." Briefly? Ashley, I am 59 years old, tired, hormonal, and my pharmacy accidentally charged me $846 for hemorrhoid cream. There is no briefly to this conversation. And why do they always act like they're helping? We can save you time by solving your issue automatically. No, you can't. Because if you could, I wouldn't currently be screaming representative into my phone like a hostage negotiator. Come on. And don't even get me started on the voice recognition, because somehow the robot never understands what I'm saying. I can say billing, and the robot says, I'm sorry, did you say cremation services? No, it's billing, billing. I said billing. I know I have an accent, but come on. Then they start giving attitude. I'm sorry, I still didn't understand. Well, I didn't understand why my electric bill looks like I'm powering Disney World, but here we are. It's just one thing after the other. And you know what absolutely kills me? The fake politeness. Your call is very important to us. Lies. If my call was important to you, I wouldn't currently be aging in real time listening to your pan flute music from 1987. That's the truth. And who picked the hold music? Why, oh why, is it always smooth jazz, static, and depression, all mixed together? I swear, after 20 minutes on hold, I start questioning every life choice I've ever made. I'm sitting there thinking, you know what? Maybe I don't need insurance. Well, I just went off the phone. And then, just when a human finally answers, you all are all thinking the same thing I'm getting ready to say. The call disconnects. Now, see that right there? That's how villains are created. I had this happen with my pharmacy the other day. I called because they texted me, your prescription is ready. Wonderful. Amazing. Modern miracle. So I get there and they tell me, oh no, ma'am, that message was automated. Why? Why are we sending out false hope now? What's the point? Then I call customer service. The first robot asked for my birthday. The second robot asked for my birthday. The third robot asked for my birthday. At this point, I'm expecting Ancestry.com to jump in. I mean, then they say, please briefly explain your problem. Okay. My problem is that none of y'all know what the hell is going on. That's my problem. And don't even talk to me about banks. Oh, banks are the worst because banks act like you are inconveniencing them by wanting access to your own money. Please enter your 16-digit card number. By the time I find my glasses, my purse, I find the card, type all those numbers, I no longer even remember why I called. And heaven forbid you press the wrong option. Suddenly you're transferred to mortgage fraud, international shipping, or a department that apparently only exists during leap year or something. It's ridiculous. I got transferred so many times one day, I started introducing myself emotionally. Hey, Cheryl, it's me again. Seriously. But honestly, the real reason this stuff gets under our skin is because everything now feels designed to completely avoid human beings. It's like they're trying to stay away from me. Nobody talks anymore. Nobody explains anything anymore. Nobody takes ownership anymore. Everything is automated, outsourced, digitized, simplified, except nothing feels any simpler. And maybe this is where age really hits us, because we remember when businesses actually cared whether people came back, when they earned your business. Do you remember that? You walked into a store, somebody greeted you. You called somewhere, a human answered. And if something went wrong, news alert, people fixed it. Now, everybody's hiding behind apps, kiosks, QR codes, chatbots, and self-service portals. Listen, if I wanted to do everybody else's job myself, I would expect a paycheck and insurance. And don't tell me that I can do it online. No, I can't. Half the time I'm calling because my internet isn't working. Because every website now requires 12 passwords, security codes, fingerprints, blood samples, and the name of your childhood imaginary friend sometimes. Then after all that, password expired. Expired? How does a password expire? It's not milk. I just started remembering it. And somewhere during all of this, you suddenly realize you've become that person. The person your children used to laugh at. The one yelling, "Let me talk to a human being," into a speakerphone at full volume. I used to watch older people lose their minds over technology and think, well, that escalated quickly. Now, I am the escalation, but I really don't think it's me. It's gone over the top. It really has. And don't even get me started on chat support. Oh, God. An agent will be with you shortly. 45 minutes later, again, "Hi, my name is Steve." No, it's not. You're not Steve. And Steve somehow manages to type 3 sentences in the same amount of time it took Moses to part the Red Sea. Then, after about 2 hours, "Did I resolve your issue today?" "Absolutely not, Steve." "No, you did not." I think this is why so many people just feel completely exhausted now. Because every little task feels harder than it used to. Nothing is straightforward anymore. Everything has become a process, a portal, a verification, authorization, a troubleshooting session, just to accomplish one tiny little task. And for people my age, we're tired. We're sick of this. We're not weak. We're not stupid. We're not incapable. We're tired. 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 Tired of everything requiring apps and passwords and verification tests and emotional resilience. Sometimes I don't even need my problem solved anymore. I don't even care. I just need one person to say, "You know what? I understand. Let me help you." That's it. Forget the problem. I'm happy. You solved it. That's all people really want. I mean, we've lowered our standards quite a bit. We want a little patience, a little humanity, a little bit of common sense, which unfortunately has become rarer than affordable groceries and pain-free knees. Meanwhile, Grammie Tammy will be over here screaming representative into my phone like it's an exorcism, trying to remember a time when pressing 0 actually got you a human being. That's all today. You guys have a good day. I love you. We'll talk more later.
Got a cold Diet Coke in her hand tonight and a whole lot less patience than she used to fight. Tammy, loud and free, saying what you think but don't wanna be. No filter, no fuss, no let me be nice. She said what she said, and she said it twice. She ain't here to play, she ain't here to please.